Yep, that's Panda Man himself. You guys want to learn a thing or two about digital door knocking or cold calling? Be back in 60 seconds. Let's go.
We are live. Bruce Buffer here, and we're being broadcast around the world. Thanks everyone for joining us on the Solar Objections live action role play. I have the pleasure to introduce a big UFC fan, fellow poker player, Solar Pro, and my friend, Solar Joe.
Let's go. What's up, everybody? We are back for another week on the Solar Objections live stream. We only have 2 more shows to go to the end of the year. Taking a break. No more live streams going on for a while. So I really wanted to get my next guest on the show. Panda Solar appointments. This guy is amazing. Since COVID hit, his Panda squad has grown to over 460 members as he teaches digital door knocking, cold calling. He's changed careers, saved careers, gave Solar Pros another way of getting leads organically. I'm really excited to have him on here. Panda appointments, Panda Man, what's going on, James?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Bro, I'm so excited, and I know you're excited too. Thanks for being here, man. I know you're super busy. You got the Panda Squad out there. If you're out there, Panda Squad, say what's up in the comments right now. Say what's going on. If you guys want, please get in there, ask some questions to the Panda Man. You have an opportunity to ask whatever you want. You know what? Throw an objection in there. Let's get Panda to answer some objections. We're going to be going over cold calling scripts, digital door knocking, like I mentioned. But if you guys want your name shown, go to the bottom of the post, click on the StreamYards link, and give us permission to show your name and your picture, or I'll just say Facebook user. Let's get your names and your faces on there. All right, Panda, this is your stage, bro. I'm here to share you with the whole solar industry, the solar audience. I'm so excited to go over some training. Are you down with giving some training on cold calling and digital door knocking?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, guys, get in the comment section. I'm going to have some questions for Panda himself, but go ahead, get in there. We'll get your questions in too. But let me start off first. Let's go over some training that you have prepared. The thing I want to know first, Panda, is calling is not easy. You're dealing with, people don't want to talk to you. You're dealing with the stigma of telemarketing. Homeowners know what you're doing, know what you're wanting. Can you start off by going over the psychology of phone calls and how to get the right mindset?
Yeah, definitely. We have to know that solar is not a new project. It's been around the last 15, 20 years. So almost everybody has heard about it. So treat it as a new product or something that's amazing isn't really going to work. And people really don't like salespeople. So it's all about how you start the conversation. If you start your conversation with, "Can I speak with David, please?" They automatically know that you're a salesperson. So you'd want to start it with, "Hi, David." It accomplishes the same thing, but it sounds more friendly. And then using a term like "how have you been" instead of "how are you." "How are you" has used so much that just lost all of his genuality. Once someone hears, how are you? They know they're going to be sold something. But how have you been? Sounds really good. It sounds like you know the person. So our goal is that we want to make them feel comfortable very quickly and be able just to start talking with them.
I absolutely love that. Like right there alone. How are you? Dead. How have you been? Gold. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely. It's just all about how you start the conversation and just being different. Just kind of sounding like a normal Joe that they've talked to with before. They've talked with somebody about solar. So the next thing I say is, not sure if you remember me. The brain starts freaking out. The brain has one job, and that's just to remember something. So if they've talked to 6, 7 solar people in the last month or 2 months, they don't know how to pinpoint you. So that's another 20 seconds that you can be able to give them some information and kind of win them over.
That's a good point. It's that you want that extra millisecond, right? You want the extra second. Then just keep them on the phone of one more second, because that 1 second prolongs to another second, right?
Yeah. And then just always knowing that someone has a defense mechanism. You have a defense mechanism. I have a defense mechanism. So think about this time of year. You're going to Dillard's, you're going to Macy's, you're going and buying gifts, you're buying all this stuff. The first thing you do when you walk into the store, there's somebody standing at the counter and they say, welcome to Macy's. How can I help you today? Is there anything you need help finding? You know that you're there for some certain items. Maybe you want a wallet, you want a purse, you want some shoes, or something, but your response to that person is always, no, I'm good. I'll figure it out myself, because you don't want to be upsold on any items. So you go wandering around the store, you find the wallet, you find the clothes, but you can't find the headphones or the shoes anywhere. So you're forced to go back to that same person and ask for help and say, hey, I can't find the shoes anywhere. Did you guys move them? Where'd you guys put them? So they'll walk you over there and say, this is where they're at. Then you grab the item and you leave. So what we have to break down, the psychology of it, is that our item was less than $100, but we thought we knew better than someone that works at the store for 40 hours a week. Then we didn't want to be upsold something. So we convinced ourselves that we could do it. So the homeowners feel the same exact way about solar. They don't want some random person on the top of their roof drilling holes. Their cousin has had a bad experience, or someone has told them not to go solar. So their first response is always going to be no, because they're pre-programmed to say it. So what I like to say to break the ice is okay, I understand you're not interested. Have you guys looked at a bunch of quotes already? Am I like the 5th person here? And usually their response is, no, I haven't looked at anything yet. Then I can just go right for the kill and say, okay, well, happy to start showing you some numbers that are personal for your home.
Beautiful, man. That's such gold. The way you explained it too makes a lot of sense. Even though, like, yes, we're salespeople, but at the same time, we have to look at how the homeowners look at us and understand that psychology first before we can even have a conversation with them, right?
Yep. And then being willing to just move on to the next person. That's why I teach in my class that there's always another person, and not everybody's a good fit for solar. If everybody was a good fit for solar, this would be a $13-hour job at Walmart, and the industry wouldn't need us. There's no such thing as a toilet paper salesman. Everybody knows how to wipe. So when someone tells you no, just be happy about it, because that's job security for tomorrow.
It makes so much sense. So speaking of that, part of our job is to help the homeowner understand that solar is not complicated, right? Like it's just math, it's just finance, it's just making money where you weren't making money before. What are ways you do that you can explain or quickly make homeowners understand that solar is not complicated?
Well, the first part is just being friendly with them and trying to help them understand solar as a whole. Most of the time when they're looking at solar, they're seeing a savings of $40, $50. It doesn't make sense for them to take out a loan for $80,000 to $100,000 just to see a savings of $100. So when you're talking about solar, you want to be talking about the end result. So the first thing that you want to do is have them to see the pain of their current electric bill. So one question I'll ask them is, okay, how much are you guys paying right now a month? In the homes that I work in Arizona market, some of these bills are between $800, $900, $1,000 a month. So they'll tell me what their bill is, and then we'll make the bill a lot smaller. I'll say, just imagine your bill was $500 a month. You're spending $6,000 a year to power your home. If you do that for 10 years straight, that's $60,000. If you do it for 20 years, that's $120,000. And for 30 years, $180,000 to power your home. Now let's take my solar system and make it really expensive and say that it's $80,000. Now you have $100,000 that you didn't have to spend with XYZ utility company. And then I'll tell them the reason why I want to talk with you individually is there are some flaws to my numbers. One, you're not spending $500 a month. You're spending 600, 700, 800. But my biggest flaw is that APS will not charge you the same price for the next 30 years. So that bottom line number is going to be way higher. So what I'm going to do is take a look at the roof, take a look at your bill, and see exactly how much it's going to cost to power your home for the next 25 years. And you guys make a decision what's better for the buck. And then you just hit them with one more dagger question. Just ask them, with a minimum of $100,000 not going to APS, what would you guys do with the money? And then just stay silent. The first person that talks loses. They're going to be prompted to say, well, I'd probably pay off my house, help my grandkids with college, get another rental property. Once they've spent the imaginary money, now it's time for them to look at a solar quote because they actually know what they want to do with it. So they're going to be excited to meet with you. They're going to have lemonade, cookies ready because you're not just talking about monthly savings. You're looking at changing their whole life around.
100%. That's exactly what I do. And I try to, I hope the homeowner, like if they have any question about the value of it or the home value or just based on exactly what you're spending on the utilities, how much you're making on the solar system, right? Just do the math. It's very simple and it makes sense for them. I love it.
Yeah, and then just not making solar sound too easy because it's really not. So when you're setting up an appointment, you want to give them genuine expectations. I always say, what's a good time that we can chat with you and the missus for about 2 hours so we can find out the best route for your home to go solar. So if they're going to make a meeting with you, know that they put 2 hours aside. Maybe you only spend 45 minutes, maybe only spend an hour, but they were relaxed, they were prepared to speak for a long time. And then I tell them my job is to help you to get you approved for solar, make sure you have a good system size that fits your budget, and you have warranties. I'm just here to help you get the process started, make sure this is taken care of with the utility company. The utility company is not going to approve permits until you have a plan of action. A plan of action means either paying for your system cash or being approved for financing. So that's what I'm going to help you with. So I'd rather them tell me no, that they're not ready over the phone than wasting 3-4 hours going out to them and they weren't fully aware of what I was doing there. So I make it very clear my reason for talking with them is to help them to go solar. This is the first step.
Beautiful. So is it part of what you do too is making them feel easy with you, that they're friendly with you, or are you saving that friendship for later? Are you trying to make a friend?
No, we need to be a friend in the first 3 seconds. If we don't have that, they're going to hang up the phone. The nice thing about the phone is there's no emotion to it. I can be in my boxers and they can be in their underwear. We would never know. But only thing we have is our voice and tonality. So if they're not comfortable with us in the first 3-4 seconds, they're going to hang up and just move on. So if we can keep them engaged, make them laugh, ask them funny questions, they're going to keep on talking. So every time that you answer one of their questions, you ask one of your questions. So it keeps the conversation flowing. Once it stops, you're dead in the water. They're just going to hang up and just lose interest.
That makes sense. You want them to want to stay on the phone with you, pretty much, right?
Yeah, a normal appointment probably takes about like 3 to 4 minutes, maybe 5, of just setting the tone. You don't want to give them too much information, but enough that they're excited to at least look at the numbers. They can't say no to something if they haven't seen it yet. And we don't know what their numbers are going to be. There's so many factors and variables of what's going to change their pricing. The best way to see solid numbers is actually get it ran individually for that homeowner.
Well, you mentioned tonality. That's a big part of it. I could tell with your tonality, you're very calm, demeanored, you're very level, toned. Is that part of your success and how you teach?
Yeah, and it's that way in any type of industry. Imagine taking your car to get it fixed and repaired. You're hearing like a knocking, a clank sound, and then you're at the car dealership and they have your car up on the lift, and the guy comes over to you and says, "You need to come look at this. This is so crazy. I've never seen this before. This is going to be so expensive. I don't know how you messed up your car this bad." You're going to automatically feel threatened with that person because they're too excited. Either they know that they're going to rip you off on money, or they've never seen this before, so there's going to take them a long time to do this job. So when someone tells you, "Yeah, my bill's like around $700 a month," you don't want to get excited. You just want to see it as, okay, I deal with this every single day. Okay, I see that a lot in the area, especially with the Arizona sun. It's going to happen. Let me help you run the numbers and see if we can make that better for you. So now they're more comfortable because you don't seem like you're a newbie and this is just all news to them.
It makes sense. I do get excited sometimes. I have a lot of enthusiasm, but phone is different. like on the phone, you can't have that same enthusiasm, and because it doesn't come off across the same as when you're actually seeing the person talk. And I don't know, that's how I feel about it. Is how you feel the same way? Like the phone is a big part of it.
Yeah, and that's one way. That's the one reason I do my training this way. A lot of people ask me, "Is like, well, why can't we see your face and know what you look like?" It's not that I'm shy, is I'm just trying to be the best teacher. When you see my facial expressions, if it's been a long day, I may roll my eyes, or I may say, or just think that this is really dumb. But with no facial expressions, you would never know. So when you're talking with someone on the phone, you can't see their facial expressions. The only thing you have is voice and tonality. So I teach the same way that you're going to be doing it on the phone. So that way it's kind of just comes as second nature. So every time that someone's talking with me or doing a jam call with me or doing a training, they can't see me, or they just see this floating icon of just the smiling panda. And that's what you have to kind of think of with the homeowner. They're busy doing other stuff. They're shopping, they're at work. Their facial expression is probably like, why am I here? So the only thing you have to win them over is going to be voice.
100%. I was looking at the comments. We're only halfway through the training here. We got some more I want to talk about. Is it cool if we go into the comment section a little bit, see what everybody's talking about?
Go for it.
All right. So let's get in the comment section. Everybody get in there, ask some questions, objections. We're going to get Panda to answer them. But first, we got JKS for some reason is not working, but he says, I'm on. All right. Good to know. We got David Childer said, all right, rock stars.
What's
We
up,
got
man?
a Facebook user says he's watching from Alabama. Have you worked in Alabama at all?
I think we did a couple out there.
Nice. We got James Ramos. What's up, Joe and Panda?
How's it going, man?
James Ramos, the man. We got Ruth Gazone, Ruthie G. I can't deal with this avatar. Isn't it amazing, Ruth? I'll put another comment there. Tell you love it.
You know you like it.
That thing is amazing, bro. I love it. Whoop, whoop. So James Ramos said, I've done a lot of training, but I never get one from the Panda before. LOL, loving it.
Yeah, just reach out. Even Solar Joe's a panda, so don't miss out.
And JCast.
Yep.
We got good stuff from Panda. Panda is the man, Isaac Pape said. Dropping truth bombs. Juice. What's up, Joey?
And with that panda juice.
Panda faces, panda emojis. You must see a lot of panda emojis, huh, Panda?
Yep, you got to stay true to the brand.
Jeffrey Sage, very smooth. All right, question for you, Panda. Facebook user wants to know, is it true that nobody knows what you look like?
Family members.
Just family members, nobody else?
Yeah, I treat everybody the same, no matter if they've been in solar for 10 months or 10 years. When you treat everybody the same, you get the same results. So I just want to be the best effective teacher at this. And sometimes when life problems come into things, it kind of messes up with solar. I make sure that I'm on time to each solar consultation that I have or every training. And if it needs to be changed, I let them know beforehand, trying to take all the human errors out of it. So no one ever has beef with the panda. So that's why I stick with the panda.
Nobody, you can't have beef with a panda. How is that possible? Jay Ramos said the panda is smooth. Logic. Okay, so we got Nathan Lenny Fairfield said, am I the only one who thought Panda was a female? I guess nobody could tell by your by the animation, man.
No, definitely not.
Until you actually get the training, then you know, right?
Yep.
All right. Facebook user said, love closing in my underwear.
Yep. Has a nice breeze to it.
I think we got a question here for you. What's the best time of day to call?
That's just depending on which homes you're going after. So if you're going to go after the big mansion homes, most of those people don't start their day until about 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and they're working all the way till 10, 11 o'clock at night. If they're doing something with real estate, something with property development, they're working crazy hours. So the best time to reach them is going to be between 8 and 12 in the morning before their day has started. If you're going after the normal tracker cookie cutter homes, they're working from about 6 o'clock in the morning all the way to about 2 or 3, picking up the kids from school. So the best time to be able to reach them is going to be between 4 to 8. And then during the afternoons is a good time for follow-ups or just scheduling your day.
If you didn't get that, guys, and watching the replay, rewind that and listen to it again. There's gold nuggets in there. That's the morning times for the right homeowners is the best time to call people sometimes, right?
Yeah, and we have to think about it that people that see value in solar, they're just like us. They're business people. They're thinking, okay, what could I do with this $100,000 because I've worked so hard to get it. So it's better to talk about business during business hours. If you dial between 8 and 5, that's when they're better time to talk about business. You're just scheduling a time to talk with them about solar real quick. So if they have their phone in their pocket, they're more likely to answer that phone if they're at home relaxing. If they're at home relaxing, they don't want to hear about anything. So if you can catch them while they're actually in working mode and thinking about upgrades on their home or profit and wealth, you're going to have a better conversation because they're already in that mode.
I 100% agree. And I love that you're training that way, man. Thank you. Thank you for being in the solar industry, man. So everybody watching, Panda charges for his training. So he's not going to be able to answer all the questions that you want, but I'll put the question up here. I'll let Panda answer the way he wants. So a question from Facebook user wants to know, how do you get the numbers?
Yeah, all shown in the training class. It's not to be mysterious or to be extra cheap about it. It's just that I want everyone to have success. So all the methods that I teach you are free. So there's no ad spin required, no auto dialers, any of those type of things. So if you want to take the training, happy to help you. The training class is only $200, and that gets you rocking and rolling that you can make all of your appointments. And then if you need additional help, I'll help you make appointments. And those are called Panda Jam sessions. Those ones are $100 a piece for 2 hours after you've already done the training. And then any appointments that we make during that time, my closing fee is just $1,000 at M2. So nothing at M1. When you're fully paid out, that you've seen a success in your deal, you're paying the commission side of it. So people enjoy doing this class. There's people that do it every single day because it's how they get their appointments, and they get to learn at the same time. So not only are you benefiting from learning, but you actually get to see appointments, follow-ups, text messages being done, see it being done live.
Got it. Thanks for the question. Thanks for the answer. Peter Ross said, hi, James.
What's up, man?
Facebook user said, inflection and tone. What are your best ways to use your voice?
You just wanted to be someone's friend. If you're talking with someone older, you're going to be a lot slower. And with the methods that I teach you, you know which type of person you're dealing with before you even call them. We can see their age. We can pick which home we're going to go after. So we can kind of know their mannerisms. Basically, people are all the same around everywhere, just in different locations. So if you see, okay, I'm talking with a 29-year-old, I need to be fast and to hurry up. But if I'm talking with someone that's 57, I'm going to have to be a lot more slower. I'm going to have to answer more questions. So what makes the system really good is you get to avoid a lot of things that you don't want to deal with. If you don't want to deal with a 79-year-old, if you see the age 79, you just won't be calling them. If you're looking for someone between their 30s and 50s, that's what you look for. So a lot of those things can be pre-planned because you're not going in there blind.
So we got a bunch of more questions coming in, but I'm going to take a little break from the comment section. Go ahead, keep putting questions in. I'll get back to you. I want to kind of go back into the training a little bit. Is that cool, Panda?
Go for it.
So I wanted to talk about, a big question when we talk about cold calling or setting appointments. I get it every day is scripts. Everyone wants to get scripts and know exactly what to say, how to get the perfect script. How do you kind of teach that? How do you train scripting for your guys?
Well, I provide scripting with my training. You want to stick to the first part of it. And then the rest of it is just being open to questions, because every homeowner is going to have different questions and knowing how to answer them. So the less scripting you have, the better. Once they see that you're reading from a script and it doesn't sound natural, you want to move away from it. So I provide all of my scripting in the training, but usually you only end up using the first 2 lines of it verbatimly. The rest of them is just filler points to keep the conversation going. The old saying is people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So if they have a question about, well, what happens if I move? If you go right into, well, you're going to see so much value in this, you're not answering their question, they're going to feel like it isn't for them and they're going to move on. So you just have to be adaptive with the homeowner, that whatever they're going to ask you, being prepared for it.
Yeah, so like scripting is one thing. Another thing is actually being a human, because robots can't answer all the questions they have. So if they have a question, a robot wouldn't be able to do that, right? So talk about the things that make us human and our capabilities of like solving the problems that homeowners are having or the questions they ask. Is that part of your training too?
Yeah. So it's just thinking about what they're going to say before they say it. So this time of year, everyone's going to be busy. Everyone's having people over. They're going to be traveling places. And this is kind of like the worst year of all, because last year with COVID, a lot of people stayed grounded. They were worried about getting sick or worried about getting family members sick. So they just stayed home and watched Netflix. So last year on the phone, it was pretty easy to set appointments because everyone's home. This year, people are traveling, people want to break out. So their go-to line is, I'm busy, talk with me next year. I'm busy, talk with me next year. And I talked about it before that in this world, people think that everything is instantaneous. So when you ask somebody, have you put any thought to going solar? They're thinking that you want to come with the truck tomorrow, put panels up, start drilling holes, bringing caulk, doing all these things. And we know that solar is not instantaneous as tomorrow. So the best thing that we can do is agree with them and say, yeah, I totally understand. This is a hectic time for you. The utility company is backed up with service orders as well. A lot of people excited going solar. So there's a very rare chance that you guys are going to be seeing a solar system on your roof this year. I was actually calling just to help you get a secure price for January or February so that if anything needs to be changed, we can go ahead and address it now. What is a good time that we can chat in the next few days and see if solar makes sense for your home next year? So automatically assuming that they're not looking at solar until next year anyways, we can install it this year pretty much, like this year is over with. So, but it's getting the contract and getting everything set up for next year. So we can still get a sale this year and get things in the books, but the install process probably won't happen this year.
Yeah, no, I love that. And so when you're doing that and you're problem solving and you got them on the phone and you're engaged and you're asking questions, you're going back and it's going great. Then the problem is having them set up, actually get to the appointment and setting up that appointment and making sure both parties are there. What are some rules? What are some tricks you do to help people set appointments and make sure homeowners are at the appointments with both parties?
Yeah. So the first step is just selling them on interest first. A lot of times we make the mistake of trying to qualify someone before they have interest. So once someone says, yeah, I've kind of thought about solar, sometimes our first response is, okay, no problem. All you need is a 650 credit score, own your home for X amount of years, have no delinquencies, and make more than 40,000 a year. Is that you? That could be that person, but because you really didn't sell them on any value or show us how it's going to benefit them, they back off because it seems like it's too much for them. So the first thing that you want to get them sold on is actually meeting with you. So I would say, what is a good time that we can chat for a few hours? I can take a look at the panel. I could take a look at the roof and see if solar is going to make sense. Get them secured on a time they want to do it. Find a time that they're relaxed. Our goal is that we want to walk into this appointment and walk out with a closed deal. The chances go down every time that they look at solar. Even though solar is awesome, it's an impulse buy like everything else. They finally just irritated with the utility company, or they finally see a good deal and they just pull the trigger, just like with anything else. So the more and more times we keep on rescheduling with them and show them again, the less chances they're going to be going solar with us. Maybe somebody in the future, but it's not going to be you. So you want to go in there with the purpose that I'm there to show you the best scenario for solar and walk out or leave that Zoom call with an appointment. So since you're going to be the one that's closing it or someone else is, don't waste your time. Don't waste theirs. We can lose money and we can gain money back, but we can never gain time back. So if we can tell the person is just wishy-washy and they're not having anything solid, go to the next person. Since getting to the next person doesn't cost anything, calling the next person, there's no fees associated with it, then it's a lot easier to let that person go. But when you're paying for data or you're paying for leads or you're paying for marketing, you're trying to get as much back out of this that you put into it. So it gives you kind of desperation. So that's why a lot of people like my class, is just removing the desperation and just looking for quality. We're just with the smallest numbers available. If we can just help one person a day to go solar, that's going to be 7 sales a week, 30 sales a month, 300 a year, just from finding one person that needs our help to go solar. So how many people are closing 300 deals a month or 300 deals a year? There's not very many. So 2022, if we can just make it simple, just deal with people that need our help and appreciate what we're doing, it's going to be easier on the homeowner side and our side.
100%. And one of the things that I look at is that setting appointments is easier on the phone, but do you close on the phone too? How do you do that? Do you hand that off? How's the closing part work for you?
Yeah, closing is either going to be in person or on Zoom. I only do the appointment setting. I usually make about 2 to 3 appointments each day. So 10 to 15 each week. So I can just work with closers and they can go in and do it. That's been my skill set. I could be running 5, 10 appointments at one time instead of having to go close them myself. So I appreciate all the closers that I do work with, them going in there, but I can make the job easier for them. Basically, the person is already ready to look at contract signing. They know what they're getting themselves into. And then the most important thing is getting the bill. When you give the homeowner a task, they're more likely to give you the bill. So after I have everything set up, we're meeting Saturday at 2, I'll just ask them a question, try to get them to do a task for me. I'll say, okay, we're going to meet Saturday at 2. I just want to make sure I have everything ready. Do you know which price plan you're on? Do you know if you're on basic electric or time of use? And they're going to say, I don't know, I'm not sure. Okay, put me on speakerphone. Can you log on to xyzutility.com and pull up a copy of your bill? In the top right corner, it'll tell you which price plan that you're on. I want to make sure that my solar system is matching your current electric plan. Wait for them to do it, and they say, oh yeah, I'm on basic electric. Awesome. While you're there, can you send me a screenshot of that bill or download it as a PDF? That way I can have the last 12 months of usage to make sure that when we're talking on Saturday, I have everything dialed down to the penny for you. Since they're already interested and they're excited about meeting, they're happy to give me the bill and to get the information because we already sold them on the idea of meeting. Basically explain to them that we have nothing to talk about if I don't have that bill. Explain the importance of it. I says, this is something that's going to affect you for the next 25 years. I don't want to just guess on this. You wouldn't do it with your gardener. Don't do it with me. If a gardener told you, hey, I'm just going to come cut your lawn and without looking at it, it shows two things. It shows either they're going to upcharge you or they're inexperienced. You don't want either one of those things. And that's just coming with your grass that can grow back. We're talking about something that's going to be affecting your home value for the next 20, 25 years. So I want to make sure that I have the best opportunity for you to go solar, and I need to have that bill to give you accurate numbers.
Man, that's so much gold. That comparison alone was great. I'm going to steal that one from you. I love that. Like, yeah. So how are they going to know what they're going to do if they don't even know anything about you, right?
Yeah, so you wouldn't do it with anybody else, a pool cleaner, a landscaper. If a landscaper was trying to give you a quote over the phone, you would just be like, I'm going to move on because he can't see the property. He doesn't see where the weeds are, doesn't see where the sprinkler heads are, where the pools are, the toys, or anything like that. So if we're going to be protected with something as our grass, they're going to be protected with their roof as well, too. So just getting them honed in on the idea that we are actually there to help them go solar. So when we make solar sound too simple, like, oh, I just need 15 minutes of your time, or it'll be really quick, you'll know within 2 minutes of solar's for you, that smokescreen is just shooting yourself in the foot, because if they plan this visit when they're about to go to soccer practice or go to work, they're not going to have your full attention. So when you give them a valid reason why you need 2 hours of their time, it's because you're there to help them get the contract signed. You're either going to get, no, I'm not ready for this, and it gives you a lot better opportunity to get to the next person, or they're going to be appreciative that you're being honest with them. They're like, yeah, this makes sense. You know what? Let's do this appointment on Sunday so we can go ahead and get everything done. Be accommodating to their schedule. Sometimes we try to schedule them around us, but we're kind of at the mercy of the homeowner. So if their best time to look at solar for 2 hours is Sunday at 5, then talk with them Sunday at 5, because we want to have them relaxed and feel like they're in control. So if they feel like they picked the day and they pick they're going solar, their brain is telling them that they decided to go solar and we're just helping them. They don't feel like they were sold anything. They just felt that we kind of just held their hand and helped them. But in reality, we gave them a little piece of rope. We kind of just guided them exactly where we wanted them. Because if our goal is to get a sale every single day, who cares if that sale is on Saturday or Sunday? Because when you get off that phone, you're going to still go try and find another sale for Monday or Tuesday. So don't try to push a customer into your time frame. Just get whatever day is good for them and schedule for that and make the best out of it.
That makes a lot of sense. And I like the way you put it together. That's why I see why you're a killer trainer, man. That's beautiful. There's so many comments I want to get into, so I give everybody a chance to jump in. But anything else you want to leave off with about this, just digital door knocking or cold calling before we get to comments?
Yeah, the first step that we do is we start picking out the roof space. So a lot of times the biggest thing that gives us a much amount of headaches in solar is the roof. So if we get a lead in from Facebook, and it's usually someone that doesn't need solar on the top of their roof, they actually need a whole new roof job, or there's just too many trees in the way. So the first step before we do anything is we start labeling homes and seeing what is the best case scenario, looking for something with a south facing roof, looking for something that has a pool, looking for areas that already have solar. Checking with the counties, seeing which ones install faster. If you have the opportunity to install in 30 days instead of 90 days, you're going to want to pick 30 days every single time. In solar, fast money is more important than slow money, because our bills, our expenses are not going to wait for solar. So sometimes that's the hardest part about when you first get into solar is, wow, I got this sale, but it's going to take 90 days for me to get paid on it. I have to do 3 mortgage payments in between that time. I got to do rent payments. I got to pay for the car. What am I going to do? So the first step that you want to do is you want to aim for an area that can get you fast installs. There's a lot of places that have same day permitting, 1 day permitting. And when you're first starting, targeting those areas so you can get paid out as soon as possible to keep on going. Because if there's no money, it doesn't matter how good the industry is, you're not going to stick with it because you have expenses to do. So you save yourself a lot of headache of just planning where you're going to hitting only these big homes, hitting these easy homes to get installed really quickly. Something that's south facing that doesn't have to have weird vent panels or things like that. So the first step is just knowing which houses and what you're going to be doing, having a plan, and then just executing one of those each day. And that doesn't mean to stop. Once you get one, just reset and go for another one. But your goal is that you want to find one quality appointment because you have to go close it or someone else does. So but if you feel that it's going to be a waste of time, your kind of inside intuition knows the best. If it sounds like it's just going to be crappy, just move on from it. Just walk yourself out of it and just tell the homeowner, okay, well, it sounds like solar's not a good fit for you right now. Save my number. If anything changes, I got to go. And you're going to be happy about it because now you have more time to get to the next person that actually is going to value what you have to say. The most important person out there is yourself. If you're not happy and you're not motivated, nothing is going to happen. So if someone's going to ruin your happiness with their dumb questions or how they think solar is better, give them a job application and say, hey, come knock doors or come do phone calls with me if you know so much about it. But otherwise, I got to go.
I love that. I like the whole oxygen mask thing. Make sure you're breathing first before you can help somebody else. But digital door knocking, one of the things I love is that you can pick the houses you want to work on, and that's such an advantage. And that's to me one of the keys, man. I like that a lot.
Yeah, so if you see an area that has a bunch of solar systems, then now you're talking to homeowners and they're the odd man out. They're like, hey, you haven't gone solar yet? Do you see all of your neighbors around that have it? And with most mapping systems, they're like 5 to 6 months old. So there's a chance that you run into someone that already has solar that you can't see, but then you just have a person that you can get referrals out of. You say, oh, okay, I'm glad that you went solar already. If you have any friends or family that are thinking about it, my company does XYZ as referrals. Get people to start working for you. If they already have solar and their company probably didn't offer them a referral system, turn that into a positive for yourself. After you talk with them, send them a text and say, hey, it was good talking with you. My company does an XYZ referral company. If you need extra money for after the holidays, let's work together and find some more people that need to go solar. So just trying to make a beneficial situation out of every person you talk to.
Man, you are a natural trainer. I can see you why you have so many good testimonials. The way you answer, and then you have the next line ready to go, the next objection, next question. No, that's smooth. I want to get some more comments. I mean, the comments are piling up. So let's get in there, Panda.
Let's go.
All right. So we got Rocky Barreto. What's up, Rocky? He has a question for you. What are some of the most common rebuttals on the front end of the call?
Mostly it's going to be, I'm not interested, or I'm going to move someday, or I don't think solar is for me, or it's going to take forever to see a savings.
Yeah, we'll get some objections in a second. Great question, Rocky. All right. Facebook user wants to know, do you have any tips on how to make someone your friend in the first 3 seconds?
So just saying how have you been instead of how are you is a big thing because it makes them feel that you've talked before and you're saying, hey, how have you been? The term how are you is just, it's been butchered to death. It doesn't mean anything. You could say it to your worst enemy. Oh, how are you today? And it doesn't mean anything. But how have you been? They're like, oh, I've been good. You guys been busy for the holidays? What you guys been up to? Just sounding normal, like someone they want to talk to.
Perfect. We answered that already. So thank you for doing it again. We got Facebook user said, loving the free value. All right. I'm glad you guys are watching and enjoying. Facebook user said, hi, James.
Hello.
Okay, so we got a question from Facebook user. He said she just left an appointment and the guy up front said he wasn't looking into doing anything until about a year from now. How would you respond?
Well, the first part is just to see how was this appointment made? Did you make it or did somebody else make it? And we want to see why are we here? So if this came from a Facebook lead or it came from a company lead, we want to find out why are we even there? A lot of this can be fixed by us doing the call ourselves. If we were talking to them on the phone and they said, hey, we're really not looking to do anything until next year, The first question I would ask is, okay, sounds good. Do you guys plan on moving, or what was going on? We want to find out their reasoning of why they want to wait a year. It may be that they're waiting for the tax incentive to change, or they're waiting to have to get a roof done, or they're waiting for something. So most companies can include a roof job with solar expenses. So if we find out what their reason is for waiting is, we can provide them an option. So it really just depends on how that appointment was made and why you were even there to answer that question.
Thanks for the question, Facebook user. I'm gonna keep going because we got a bunch. Another objection we got here. Facebook user said, "How do you handle? I need to talk to my spouse."
I would just agree with them. It says, okay, I know that I'm not dealing with a crazy person. We're going to be talking about something that changes your life for the next 20 to 25 years. I want to talk with them as well too. What is a good time that you guys are both available? We can have pizza, we can have lunch together, and see what makes sense.
Perfect. I'm going to keep going. We got more here. Thank you for answering all of them and just like ready to go. All right. Lou Evans. What's up, Lou? He wants to know, how do we dispose? This is an objection from a homeowner. How do we dispose of the panels? Do they eventually recycle? He got that question today.
Yeah. So there's solar panels that are on Mars right now taking pictures of you, and that's on a planet that has no atmosphere. So they have a lot of life longevity. There's a lot of solar systems that are around from the 70s, 80s. But it's just going to be recycled as scrap metal or precious metals, whatever you decide to do with it at that time. It's the same thing about laptops. Sometimes we just have a stack of laptops that is broken down and we just get another one.
All right. Great answer. All right. So we got Ever Perea wants to ask a question, but before that, he wanted to say, only God knows if he's doing the interview right now in boxers. All right. He wants to know.
I'll keep it a mystery.
Keep it a mystery. Yeah, that's something you're good at, keeping things mysteries, man. He wants to know, do you let them know from what company you're calling within the first 5 seconds of a call, or after you got their attention more into the call?
No, I don't discuss it at any time. We don't have to discuss companies until we're actually meeting with them. Unless we're the actual owner of the solar company, we really shouldn't be representing as that company because we're a 1099 rep. So when they ask what company you're with, they tell them, you'll be working with me personally. I'm registered with 12 of the top installers, lenders in the area. I can help you to find the best pricing to see what makes sense for you, which is a true statement. Even if you're just with one company, they have multiple lender options: LoanPal, Sunrun, Sonova, GoodLeap, Sunlight Financial. That's who's going to be on their paperwork. That's who they're worried about, who they're going to be paying for this loan each month. So us being just contractors, 1099 reps, we don't want to label ourselves as a company, because if they had a bad experience with that company, or they're just looking to make your life difficult, now you've attached yourself to that company when you're not even attached to them. You pay for your own health care, you pay for your own taxes. So the best thing is just to say, I'm a local solar consultant. I have access to 7 of the top installers in the area. The first step to see if your home even qualifies for solar, to see if it'd be worth going solar. So what's a good time that we can chat for a few hours? I can help you with an on-site analysis and help you run the numbers to see if you would benefit from solar. And then just follow it up with a question to change the subject. In your opinion, is your electric bill pretty high? Do you enjoy paying the electric bill each month? So now they're thinking about the electric bill instead of thinking which company is going to be out working with them.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, most homeowners don't really care right away what company it is. We just bring it up ourselves, right? We got a question from Carlos Cueva. He said he jumped on late, but he might have missed it. What's the best way to reach the Panda?
Just Panda Solar Appointments. It's right here on Facebook. You can send me a message. You can get a training class scheduled with you, answer any type of questions. So just look up Panda Solar Appointments. You'll see my icon, a panda with a bow tie on. I'll respond almost all hours.
Carlos, you can't miss him. I don't know. He's having a hard time reaching you for some reason. If you need help, bro, let me know. But he's easy to message. Just message him. All right. We're going to keep it going, man. We got Dave Childers wants to know 2 questions to ask homeowners in the start of a call. So what's good? A couple of good questions to get homeowners, get the conversation going.
Well, the first one would be, how have you been? So it shows that you're concerned about them and you're natural. And just ask them, have you guys put any thought to going solar? Not, do you want to go solar, or did you look at a quote? Is, have you put any thought to it? You're asking them a question that requires them to think. more than just saying yes or no. If you give them a yes or no question, they're going to give you a yes or no answer. They can't say yes or no to, have you put any thought to going solar on the home? If they do say no to that question, then you see it as a good thing. Okay, you really haven't thought about it. In your opinion, is your electric bill really high? Are you guys paying under $100 a month? And that's going to prompt them, if they're comfortable with you, to say, oh no, I'm paying like $600-700. It's like, okay, well, solar would be a good fit for you to start seeing some savings. I just wanted to find a time that we can chat and see if it makes sense for you guys. What does your schedule look like in the next few days?
Nuggets, guys. I mean, this is going so much is dropping right now. The best part is after it's done, you can watch it again and replay it and go rewind and take notes. This is amazing stuff, man. Appreciate it. All right. TJ Knight wants to jump in. He said, haha, such a mystery. I want to know him. He adds, he's a great dude. I agree.
Yeah, I'm just here to help. Everybody needs a coach in their life and just making it simple. But the rock stars are the ones who are actually going and closing the deals, approving financing. So I'm just like kind of like a panda ghost. It's like you see me for a few seconds and you're already dealing with the closer or the home rep. So I see you guys are the rock stars having to deal with everybody, dealing with the cat piss smells in people's houses and stuff like that. So I'm just here to get interest really quick and disappear.
That's so true. All right. Ruby Garmani, what's up, Ruby? Said, James the Panda, I was excited to meet the person today, not the persona. Great information. Thank you. He will be revealing. There will be a big reveal at SolarCon. So just to give a little hint to everybody. Facebook user said, Panda is the Manda.
Very creative.
100. Okay, so Ashley Tatarzik said, yeah, Panda, crush it, bestie.
We're in the Panda Squad. Whoop, whoop.
Panda Squad. Actually, a couple of members in the Panda Squad is going to be on the Aurora Solar Objection competition tomorrow, Ashley included. See you tomorrow, Ashley. All right. So we got Nathan Montez had a question. How many calls per day should be made? How many call contacts are made per lead appointment set?
So I usually dial for about 2 to 3 hours a day. And I usually result into about 1 to 3 appointments made during that time. So the way that you want to look at it is how much money am I potentially able to make in this 2 to 3 hours, not how many people that I can convert on. Because we don't get paid for calling, we don't get paid for door knocking. We get paid when someone goes and installs and gets solar. So the way that I look at it is I want to just be able to help one person be able to go solar. And once I get that one person, I want to reset. So, and you don't want to do this for a long, strenuous amount of time because the rejection comes a lot faster than the doors. When you're door knocking, you get to walk, you see dogs, there's breeze, you can go to the car, get a Gatorade. Phone calls is just nonstop. Next call, next call, next call. So you're going to hear no a lot faster. So you only want to really work 2 to 3 hours a day and just trying to search for, I need to find one solid person. So usually you'll make a solid appointment every single hour.
Yep, I like that. Facebook user said, hey, Panda and Joe.
What's
so this agreement from before, so true. Task and get them ready to follow directions, right?
Yeah, we're taking time out of our day. Without us, they're not going to go solar. So we might as well set them up the correct way because we could do better things with our time. We could hang out with our kids. We could hang out with our family. We could go watch TV. So if we're going to put an effort to do something, make sure that everyone is successful.
Let's go, Panda. Gold nuggets. Ruby said, boom.
Yeah, we turned you around. Oh, yeah.
Yes, the path of least resistance.
Yeah, so we're looking for a laydown. We're looking for a rollover because we don't get paid any difference from someone that's a hard ass or someone that's really easy. Might as well get someone easy because the thing's still got to get installed. Sometimes when someone has so many questions and they think they know everything, they end up just canceling the deal anyways. They start talking to all their smart friends and they talk themselves out of it. So even after we've gotten all the yeses, we still have to babysit them for a month to 2 months before they're installed. So we might as well deal with someone who's like just easy going and say, yep, this is what I want. And what happens is they're not trying to price shop you. Someone that's really not pleasant, they're going to get your quote and they're going to go look at other quotes, try to compare and get the best deal. So if we're just talking with someone and making a friend, they're comfortable with us. They're not going to want to go anywhere else because we won them over. They don't want to have to deal with somebody else that isn't going to treat them as nice. So it's going to make it a more solid deal just being friendly.
So true. And those hard asses are also hard asses after they go solar too. So just to keep that in mind also. Solid gold from the Panda. Okay, so a question from Facebook user. What name does Panda use when introducing himself on a cold call? Real name. I guess some people still don't know.
Oh, I go by James. So I'll use James. Homeowners really won't respond very well to Panda. So it's just, hi, this is James.
Yeah, he's not telling homeowners, my name is Panda, guys. I know what you're thinking. Okay, so a Facebook user said, who has same-day permit?
Well, there's a lot of places that do. Over in Texas, there's a place called Laredo. They have one-day permitting. Almost all of Arizona has it now. They were the first one to receive the permitting app. So it's just a little button that gets sent. So like the APS and the TP markets are about 1 to 2 day permitting. And then that's a good thing about being inside the Panda Squad. There's over 460 people that are there. So if you're looking for a specific question, like on Florida or Texas or another state, you can talk with the other reps who've already seen success in this. So the proof is in the pudding. There's already 460 people that are already enjoying and using this. So being inside a Panda Squad, you get access to all of them too to answer those questions. So I'm never going to say that I know everything, but I know how to surround myself around everybody that does.
And you are a great guy, always giving nuggets, always there to help. You're not just there trying to collect money from people. Even though you're charging, you charge because you're giving so much value, man. So I really appreciate you.
Yeah, just want to be able to help out. If it was free, no one would listen. So I want to make sure they can actually be using it. So when someone invests a small amount of money, $200 compared to what most agencies charge to do something, it's a real small amount. So when they get it, like, man, this was worth $1,000, they feel really good that they made a smart purchase and they're excited to use it. So I want someone to be successful with it.
Yeah, and I can just tell you have an answer for everything, like smooth and right away. It just comes so natural to you, man. I could tell.
Yeah, none of this was pre-scripted or nothing. This is just I talk with people every single day, so it's just kind of just there. And so that's why I encourage ones to do jam sessions with me after they've learned. So I give an opportunity that we can go for 2 hours on Zoom where I'll do all the calling. After you've learned how to grab the information, you'll screen share and I'll call and make the appointments for you. So you can hear how the customers respond and how I respond to it. Sometimes 5 years compacted of knowledge is hard to display in just one phone call. So seeing it being done live and being able to benefit from those follow-ups and warm leads that are made, it's the best way to kind of see it because you're benefiting from it.
Yep. Definitely hit them up on those. All right, we'll keep it going. Ruby said, this is just my style. I love it. Great stuff. Thanks for the comment, Ruby. Chris Chibangu said, powerful info. And that's a big compliment come from him.
Yeah, what's up, man? Come join the Panda Squad. I'd love to have you.
Yeah. David Childer said, hashtag Panda Squad. So Ray Jimenez, how can I ask a question? Oh, well, go ahead, put it in the comments. You got a question, get in there. I'm trying to get through all. This hour is going by so fast. We only got a few more minutes. Get it in before we're gonna gotta go.
If we go a little bit over, it's fine. I'm here to help out.
All right, we'll go a little bit more because this time is flying by so fast. All right, we got a question from Facebook user. Cost-wise, how would you compare the value you teach versus the value others teach at a premium cost? Does that make sense to you?
Just about what everybody's already said, just the track record. You could put my name out anywhere and someone's going to say that they've enjoyed using Panda Squad and just making it easy. So I know there's a lot of great services out there. Go and use them. I don't need to talk bad about any other service to make mine look better. I'm just here to help out. People have even seen value in my service that use leads. So for example, if you're running a Facebook lead and someone puts in the wrong information, now I can teach you how to grab that information and still keep that conversation going. So there's many ways to do solar. This is just the way that's worked out really well for me. And so happy to show my skills and learn other things from other people too.
All right, we got another objection. Ready to handle it?
Go for it.
Facebook user wants to know, homeowner says, just email me the proposal.
Okay, no problem. What email address would you like me to send you some information? Grab their email. And then I would say, well, I'm going to need a copy of your bill to see exactly what I'm going to send over to you. Each homeowner's data is very different. So I want to be able to give you an actual quote and then leave it there for them to send a bill. Once they've sent a bill, then you can convince them to, well, I would like to meet with you personally, not to try to sell you on something, but to make sure that I give you the best opportunity available to go solar. I want you to be able to go solar. I know that me just sending you a piece of paper, you're not going to go solar because the last guy did that and you're talking with me. If that worked the first time, you would have already had solar, right? So your first step is just to agree with them. They're going to be shocked that you're not fighting them on it. Well, I'm going to need your email address anyway, so let's go ahead and get the process started and kind of fidgeting with them there.
Yeah, just say, yeah, sure. But we also need to do something else, right?
Yeah, so you want something from me, I need something from you. It's give and take back and forth. Let's make this work together. And either they're going to back off or they're going to send you a bill and you start working on it with them. So with what most of us working remote anyways, you're going to need that bill, you're going to need that email to get a hold of them on Zoom anyways. So just being accommodating and seeing if they're going to play fetch or not.
Yeah, so many times Soul Pros think that just making it easy will be the way to get them closed faster, and you're just losing that deal, just making it too easy by emailing him everything and saying, "Hey, just give me a call when you're ready." It just doesn't work.
Yep.
Ray Jimenez says that's gold. Ruby jumping in. I think she's something funny here. Dang, I wouldn't even know if Panda goes to the movies and sits next to me, or if he's in line behind me at Safeway, or if he's my neighbor. The mystery is killing me.
Yeah, that's the best part about it. Because like I said, I'm teaching to be on the phone and to use those skills. So we could be at a bar and you wouldn't even know it. And that's just part of the training. I'm not going to be doing everything in life with you. I'm not going to be washing dishes or doing laundry with you. I'm just here to help you, give you a better way to talk to someone about solar.
Wait. It doesn't come with washing dishes? What the heck? All right. Facebook user said, loving the content, Panda. Toshinori says, Kung Fu Panda of solar sales.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facebook user said, pandasolar.com. No, that's not your website, right?
No. Don't click on it. There might be things there you want to see.
That's not James. Facebook said, virtual sales for the win. No smells. I'm not sure what that meant. Okay.
Send me my award.
All right. Facebook user, don't know who it is. I really want to know, but can't wait to share the stage with you both at SolarCon. Me too. I wonder who that is. We'll see afterwards.
Let's go.
All right. Question, Facebook user. If you show up to the appointment and the spouse is not available, this happens all the time, but they still want to hear you, how to close them? Well, I know you're not a closer, but how would you give advice to a closer?
Well, you want to look at everybody's time, and you have to know that you've been trained on solar. You go to so many events, you go to so many live proposals, and that homeowner has it. So if you impress them with solar, they're not going to be able to display the same message that you were able to. So it just comes down to whose time do you want to waste, theirs or yours? So my best advice would be is just to let them know I would like to talk with both homeowners so I can answer all of your questions, and just be on the husband's side and say, hey, I really want you to go solar, but I know that you're not going solar without your wife's approval. No offense, she probably picked out your outfit for today, picked out the clothes you're wearing. There's no way we can get her to go solar without her being here. So I'm going to go grab a quick Starbucks, or I'm going to go do something. When is a good time that I can come back and talk with you guys both? It's better to just lose the whole deal than convincing him about solar for 3 hours and he can't do the same skill with his wife.
Yeah, once you only have one spouse, you stop selling solar and just go to selling the appointment with both of them. That's the key, right? Jamie Green wants to jump in and said, good stuff here. Thanks for sharing, Panda. Solar Panda.
No problem.
Johnny Ringo said, love it. That's a big compliment come from him, man.
Thanks, man.
All right. Juan Sebastian's of Suavita wants to, what's the best time to call? You already answered it, but do you want to just answer real quick for him?
Yeah, in the mornings is really good for the big mansion homes, the big gated communities. They haven't started their day yet. And then the normal houses from like 4 to 6 when they're already home from work and they're just relaxing. So you just have to, first step would just be to find what is your target market. Are you going after the small cookie cutter houses or the big ginormous mansions?
Perfect. All right. Johnny Ringo said, we create the laydown. Hashtag on point.
Yep.
All right.
Very true.
Isaiah Knoll wants to ask, what do you think about a more direct approach? Like, I won't take up too much of your time. I was actually calling about.
Yeah, you're just creating a problem for yourself. When you tell someone, hey, I'm not here to waste your time or I'm going to be really quick, you're already telling their brain that you're an inconvenience. So just go about it naturally. They will tell you if they're busy or if you're inconvenienced their time. Don't give them that idea. So that's kind of like a shot in the foot. So it sounds really good on paper, but if you give someone a reason to say that they're not comfortable or they want to wait till later, they will take that every single time.
Yep, that's a great answer, man. Appreciate it. All right. Facebook user wants to know, when calling, do you use a local area phone number?
Yes, I use a service called Text Now. It's a free service. You can pick wherever area code you want to be in. I think the only one that's kind of difficult to do in is Las Vegas, since there are so many spam numbers out there. So then you would just want to use an area that's next door. So you use like Henderson or Reno, something that's in the same state. So as long as you're in the same state, you should be fine. Like, so if you had just a California number, you should be able to call everywhere. Because a lot of times people that are doing like the spam calls, they try to get the number as close as possible to that user's phone number. So if you just have something that's in the general location area, you'll be fine with it.
That's true. Like now you have to be careful, like who knows your local area. It's like a red flag almost, right?
Yeah.
Jay Berry said, great stuff. Thanks, Jay, for watching, man. Christian Mathal said, Arlington, Texas. What's up, Christian?
What's up, man?
Well, okay. So what type of call list do you recommend, or do you even recommend a call list?
Well, you have to think about it logically. If you're getting a call list, whoever generated the list doesn't want to sell it just once. So it's not a shot at data sellers, but their job is to sell data. They're going to sell it over and over and over again. So in my class, I teach you how to grab the information yourself. So that way you can be in control of talking with them. So if you're just buying the same leads that everybody else has, you're just paying to compete. So being new or even being seasoned, it can be really frustrating dealing with the same people over and over again. So I just show you how to pick out the homes and how to grab the numbers for something that you like, so it feels that it's individual and all that information is staying with you. So you're not having to worry about the homes that you're dialing. Someone else has the same exact information.
Awesome. Perfect. Jay Berry want to jump in and said, the Panda has a great demeanor. So we have somebody who wants to join the Panda Squad. He wants to know, or she wants to know, how do we join?
Yeah, just send me a message, Panda Solar appointments. We'll get a class scheduled. We could do it this week, next week. Get the payment scheduled. The payment's only $200. It's PayPal, Cash App, Facebook Pay, Zelle. Nothing difficult. And then we'll jump on a one-on-one phone call, and then you'll have access to your computer, and I'll just be walking you through it. So just making it really simple. I make sure that you guys see all the steps on your side first, so that's easy to do. Sometimes if you just send somebody a video, they don't know what they're doing. So I kind of walk them through it, and we're doing it at the same time so we can see the same information together.
Hey, we got almost the hour. Actually, past the hour already. Thank you so much, Panda, for doing this. We have a few more minutes, if that's cool. I want to get the rest of these questions in.
And then I know you had some more questions too, so go for it.
Awesome. Okay, so Nathan Mate said, what demographic has the most laydowns? Which demographic do you mostly target? Mansions, high-end or middle-class, small, medium-sized homes?
I usually go after the bigger homes. My normal system size, anywhere between 18 and 30 kilowatts. One, they don't get a lot of door knocks because people are intimidated of those homes. And usually when those bigger homes see some type of solar promotions or ads, they don't feel it applies to them. So for example, if they see an ad on Facebook that says, if you're paying less than $100, click this quiz, go now, and their bill is like $700-800, they're not going to click on that ad because they feel that it doesn't apply to them. They feel like their bill is too big that they wouldn't see a difference in solar. It's just if you're driving a $100,000 Lamborghini or whatever it is, and you see someone out with a sign on the road that says $49 mechanic special, you're not going to pull in. It's a good price, but you don't want nothing happening to your vehicle. So the same thing with these homeowners. They're not going to respond to these cheap, sleazy ads because they've worked really hard to have this big home. So I have a better chance of just calling them directly, knowing that they have a high electricity bill, and just making a friend with them.
Perfect. Thank you. I think you already answered this next question already, but if you want to answer it again real quick, are you selling virtually?
No, I just set the appointments. So to help get the conversation started, grab the bill, and the closers can close it virtually or in person.
All right. Facebook user wants to know, how do I find the replay of this? It's going to be in Solar Objections. You can go to the features section. It'll show all the replays from the past, from the first show till now, if you want. Check it out. Okay. So Ray Jimenez figured out how to ask the question. Great job, Ray. He said, or asked, is there particular states you cold call in? And if so, why?
Well, most of my work is done in Arizona, but I'll go into any state that someone needs help in. So I've done appointments in Texas, South Carolina, Florida, California, Hawaii, Idaho. So anywhere. The homeowners are all the same. I figure if the solar rep has seen success there, do it again. So my business model is to work directly with the reps. They're the ones out there working really hard. So if they've made a few deals and they've got something to work, well, let's just do that every single day. So the homeowners are going to be the same no matter if they're in Texas or California. They just want to be treated with respect. And so when we do these calls together, it kind of works out really well. I can find out information, but if there's something that's really region specific that I don't know about, I can just say, okay, I'm going to have the owner of the company reach out to you in the next 2 to 3 minutes to get this finalized with you. So it gives us an opportunity to work together. If they are an expert on that area specifically, sweet, I can just grab the interest, finding someone that actually wants to look at a deal.
Beautiful. Gus V Jr., what's up, Gus? He said, nice. And then Christian Matavo said, what's up, Solar Joe and Panda Squad? What's up, Christian? He said, great content. Let's go.
Yeah, come join the Panda Squad. We got room for you.
We got room. Unlimited room. Facebook user, what should I do if I sent a message 2 days ago on Facebook Messenger but haven't received a response yet?
I don't know. You might be in the spam file. I'll go check. Send me another one.
Or I think they're talking about homeowners, but yeah, maybe it's that. All right. So we got Facebook said, I'll be at SolarCon. Yeah, SolarCon. Panda's going to be there too. And he's going to do a big reveal at SolarCon. So he will be taking the mask off. Be there, SolarCon. Panda will be there. I'm so excited for that, man.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
All right. So we got here Solar Lily. She didn't put her name in, but she wants to make sure we know it's her. What's up, Solar Lily? Hey, sorry, guys. It's me, Solar Lily. Who was saying, I can't wait to share the stage with both of you at SolarCon? Yeah, yes. The Solar is going to be there. Thank you for always providing value for the solar community. Thank you, Solar Lily.
Yeah, she was like one of the first Panda members, like number 15 or 16. So she did a lot of promoting, telling a lot of her reps about it. So appreciate all of her help.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because she believes in you. The more people that work with you, everybody believes in you when they work with you, right?
Yep.
All right. So good question, actually. Do you recommend calling around your installs to use a reference point? Or I just helped the Ramos family go solar down your street last week. Something like that?
It's good psychologically for yourself that you know that you already had a solar system there, but I would still treat it the same because someone really doesn't care if somebody else wants solar unless they see value in it. So then it just becomes an awkward conversation. Okay, you talked with the Ramos family, but I didn't tell them to contact me. So why are you talking with me? So I would just handle the call the same as you would do normally. And once they're interested, you can use it as a buttoning down proposal. It's like, hey, I was just in your area. I helped them too. You can mention that after they're already interested.
Beautiful. Facebook user wanted to say, great info being shared here. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Panda, for being here. All right. So, but another Facebook user wants to know, what is the link to Pandas? Just message him. Message on Facebook, right?
Yeah. Go for it.
Chris Chibango, what's up, man? $1 million nuggets. Yep. Okay. So, Carlos, go ahead.
I was just saying, let's go make some money.
Let's make some money. All right. Carlos Cueva wants to know, how do you earn trust within 10 seconds of a call, Panda?
10 seconds is too long. You need to have it done in like 3 or 4. So just showing that you care, just saying, hey, how have you been? You guys are pretty busy for the holiday season. I'm glad I could catch you. And then just being prepared to send a text. A lot of times people are not going to be answering your phone call. So part of my training is showing the texting sequence to do. It shows the whole message being split up into questions instead of just a big blob of information. When someone just gets a big blob, they just delete it and move on. So my texting script is kind of similar to my calling script. The first thing I say is, hi, Mary. I wait for them to respond. Next text is, this is James. How have you been? And then when they respond, I've been good. I just go right into the scripting. I say, okay, Not sure if you remember me. I sent a flyer to the home last month. We're helping the area upgrade to solar. Just seeing if you guys have put any thought to going solar on the home. And it's just an easy, simple question. She can say yes or no. If someone tells you, yeah, we've been thinking about solar, we're probably going to hold off till next year. If someone's willing to tell a complete stranger when they're ready to go solar, then you just got to problem solve with them. And that's when you would say, okay, totally understand. We're looking at install times around January, February anyways. I just wanted to be able to help you get your system cost together and see if it makes sense for you. Do you have any time to chat in the next few days? And just going about it being friendly. Once they see that you're being friendly, they're going to either answer your questions or not.
It's also like you're so studied. Like you know exactly what you're gonna say. You're staying tone. There's no question. This is normal. Like that comes across a long way to build trust, right?
Yeah, what helps is that I'm doing these calls every single day. So I'm talking with solar reps. So if I can impress a solar rep that knows everything about solar, I can impress the homeowner because they've only seen it maybe once, maybe 2 times. So I really enjoy doing these classes because it sharpens my skills. So when I'm talking with the homeowners, it's easy because I have to impress solar professionals that get talk about solar all day long. So if I can impress them, it's just easy with the homeowner.
100%. We went way over, Panda. Thank you so much for staying extra time. One more comment here. Carlos Negrete said the Solar Academy. Thanks for putting our link up. But you know what? I want to ask you one more question before we go because I want to know about what's going on with you next. Do you have any kind of goals? What's next for you? What's the next plan? Or this is kind of what you're thinking for the near future?
I'm just trying to help train as many people as possible. What I like about my training is that it doesn't add any type of competition. Sometimes when there's a good lead source and everybody is using it, it kind of saturates itself. But everyone can learn how to do phone calls. I can have 10 people in the same city and they're never going to overlap on each other because they're just picking different homes. They're going to be calling at different times. And I just want to help as many reps as possible and actually stay in solar. There's a lot of people that join solar and they leave within the first 2 months because there wasn't any support for them or their deals aren't being done or they don't know what to do. A lot of times this industry, there's so much money to be made, but there's not a lot of training that's being done. So I'm just trying to help as many reps as possible. So next step would be being a trainer with different companies. And I just keep myself neutral. I haven't ponied up with any companies. Everybody tries to get me to join companies like Power and all of them. They're great companies, but I want to be available to everyone. So there's a lot of great companies out there, and behind the great company is the reps. So I don't care which jersey you're wearing. I just want to be able to help them with another way to set their appointments and make it easy, because what gets us paid is talking with homeowners and them going solar. If that doesn't happen, nobody gets paid out. So I just want to be able to help out as much as I can, kind of changing the industry around. There's too many snakes, there's too many sharks that know that we make a lot of money in this industry and we're targeted. They give us a lot of crappy ads, crappy leads, and then we just get frustrated and we go back to working at Amazon. So I just want to help solar reps stay in the industry as long as possible.
I love it. That's a great goal, and you're saying everything right, man. There's one more comment I want to get in. Rocky Barreto said, "Phenomenal podcast." And it's all because of you, Panda. Thanks so much, man.
Thanks, bro. He's a panda as well.
He's definitely a panda too. So, last thing is anything you want to leave off with the audience? Any last thoughts? How they can reach out to you? This is your stage. Last things you want to say to everybody?
Yeah, I'm just here to help out. So if you've been in solar for 1 month or 20 years, you're going to need appointments. And if you have the opportunity to make it yourself, you're not going to put yourself in a bad situation. You know how long it's going to take to drive out to that person's home. You know how much time you have to set aside for them. So taking control, the reason why you joined solar was to take control of your income, to be able to work for yourself. So don't allow someone else to give you bad leads or bad information, because they're looking to pay their paycheck. So it's not a shot at anybody. There's a lot of good marketing companies out there. If you're a good one, you won't be taking offense to this. But for the ones that are just trying to make a quick buck, I'm just giving a different option. So I can't get rid of them, but I can provide a better option. So it just gives you a way to do solar. So I'm just looking to keep on growing, making appointments with people, and keep on helping out. So that's all I got to say.
It's so important to have different options, and you are definitely a great option for the solar industry. And you've helped so many people, so many solar pros, not only make money but save their careers from like giving up on solar to like giving them a new chance. So, I want to, in behalf of those solar pros, I want to thank you, a heartfelt thank you for that, man.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to help out. Glad to work with everybody.
So, everybody watching, we got 2 more shows next week. We got Joel Gossett. Yes, you just watched him on Solar Advice, but that was the personal to get to know Joel. We're going to be talking about solar and mentoring and door knocking and a lot of stuff solar. So, be on next week, Wednesday, with Joel Gossett, the hilarious Joel Gossett. Excited to have him on. But Panda, thank you so much. I really appreciate you on here. We definitely got to collaborate. We got to work together. I'll be in the Panda Squad group talking. Again, you're the man. Thanks so much, Panda Squad. Panda Squad. Panda, we out.
Thanks, Solar Joe. See you later, guys.